Alright, I'm finally not held hostage. I'm back in my sweatshop. This is gonna be the last video of the whole Sssniperwolf situation. I just wanted to cover it just because your boy's trying to get some views. Now, if you don't know the whole Sssniperwolf thing, where have you been? You can watch the first video that I made on it. It explains everything. Pretty much, Sssniperwolf docs Jack's films, bad, horrible. Alright, ever since this whole story, like, blew up, because this is, like, literally the only thing everyone's been talking about, we've been wanting a response from YouTube, specifically. Because depending on how they respond to this, it would either put them further down the hole, or, you know, it would make them look alright. We got news. I mean, it's not good news, but we have responses from two specific people. One, from, hey, YouTube, and two, from Leah herself. Miss Sssniperwolf. Like I said, everyone's been asking for a response from YouTube, specifically wanting Sssniperwolf off the YouTube platform. And the reason being putting someone's life in danger because of criticism is totally out of line. We did get a response from YouTube. First of all, before I even talk about like the actual response, they did, I'll show you. I wanted to show you this little banger that YouTube came up with. Would it be too meta to do a reaction video to a reaction video? This is YouTube trying to be the cool guy and completely face planting. But yeah, that was our response, I guess, not taking the whole thing seriously. But fast forward 2 days later, earlier, they did actually post a serious response, and sure as hell, boys, they aren't cooking. This is actually YouTube responding on Twitter, specifically Jack's like post about this, confirming Sssniperwolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policy. Off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community, and the behavior on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Hoping everyone helps move this convo to a better place. In translation, we see that your life is in danger, Jack, but here's what we'll do. You want her deplatform off our platform? No, I will grab a couple of pennies out of her bank account and call that a day. Is that alright? There's two sides to this. You know, you giving a proper criticism to Sssniperwolf's content, that's your side. Bad. On the other side, doxing, you know, almost the same. And yeah, the behavior on both sides, that's not what we want on our website. That's not what we're all about. YouTube, we're all about equality, baby. What do you mean both sides? Like one made criticism, the other freaking... Man, I was completely disappointed when I saw this. I genuinely thought that they were gonna like at least give her a strike. A strike wouldn't have mattered to her, but at least I thought they were at least gonna give her a strike. A temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies. How long is that gonna be? I don't know. I know just as much as you do. This could literally range from a life sentence all the way to 10 hours. YouTube, answer this specific question. How long is she gonna have this temporary monetization suspension? There's clear favoritism. That's just it. Now, you know what would be funny? Is that if they did the same temporary monetization suspension to Jack's films as well. Off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community. Great. Correct. And then after that, you just face planted. Ooh, the behavior on both sides is what we want on YouTube. I don't, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean both sides? What's the both sides? Obviously, this wasn't taken well by the community, so everyone was kind of just dunking on YouTube as well, rightfully so. And I'm not gonna talk about all the comments and stuff. I'm gonna talk about instead the second person that actually had a comment about this. Leah herself, Sssniperwolf. I feel like she should have done this on Instagram specifically because that's where she did the not the crime, but like the bad thing. But no, she took it to Twitter, which I think her Twitter page has the least amount of followers. So could it just be a coincidence that she doesn't want to put this into a bigger platform? Who knows? Before we talk about what she said on Twitter, on YouTube, it's still the same garbage. Could this be her just trying to minimize this situation as much as possible? Who knows, but she said something about this anyway. Let's talk about it. Let me start by saying I'm sorry for my recent actions. It is inexcusable. I'm sorry to Jack's film, YouTube, the entire creator community, and my incredible fans for not being a better example for appropriate conflict resolution. Jack's film, while we certainly don't see eye to eye and have our differences, I am sorry for reacting the way I did, when I should have taken the opportunity to show young creators how adults and professionals resolve conflict by communicating directly, respectfully, and privately. Not for views or content, but a meaning example of how a conflict should be solved. I will reach out directly and hope we can find some time to connect and communicate respectfully. I would also like to thank YouTube for holding me accountable. I deserve it. Respect the decision and appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from a true lapse in judgment. Sorry, that whole phrase, lapse in judgment, has completely been bastardized just because of the whole Logan Paul thing. Yes, she is actually taking full responsibility for this. That is great. This is only after you got completely dunked on by everyone on YouTube. You know, the funny thing is, after that whole doxing thing, the next day, was it the next day or like, oh yeah, I think it was the next day. She's like, well, kind of like making light out of it. She was like, let me find the post. We show up to your house. What are you doing? Obviously, pretty much trying to make light out of it. Cool that she realizes it's a bad thing, but like, I don't know. It could just be damage control. Who knows? And she does realize that, like, obviously it's not a good thing to react like this, because undoubtedly she has such a young fan base that they're all impressionable, man. And you know, someone that you look up to, I don't know why you could look up to the reaction concept, but if you see the person that you like do this and get away with it, you know, the kids will think it's an okay thing to do. The part where she says, I'd also like to thank YouTube for holding me accountable. Like I said earlier, it was a temporary monetization, like, termination. This is how she reacts for a temporary monetization ban. I wonder how she would have reacted if YouTube actually listened to the whole community and actually banned her. I wonder what she would have said. I can guarantee you it wouldn't be, I deserve it, respect the decision, and appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from a true lapse in judgment. Pretty much these are the updates on the whole Sssniperwolf situation. Like I said, this will probably be the last video on it unless some huge news happens again. Just another day of YouTube disappointment. So sad. So sad. Apologies, it didn't better. Sssniperwolf or Colleen. Sssniperwolf does, you know, present some accountability. Good on you. Good on you, Sssniperwolf. Still don't like you. Still not watching your videos. Anyway, I'll see you bros in the next video.